Hello, lovely ladies. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're listening from in the world. And as much as I love to travel, I love to know, where are you listening from? Are you here in the United States? Are you in Europe? Are you in Asia? Where are you located in the world? Please let me know in the comments. Today, I am in Florida. So I live in SoCal, Southern California, and now I am visiting my mom in Florida. So I am where it is hot. So as you're coming on, let me know where you are, because I already told you where I am at. And what I'm going to cover today is I am going to talk about energy, because we all like to have a lot of energy. And I know a lot of people like me for my energy. That's what draws people my way. So my name is Linda Terjesen, and my company name is LTLTE. It stands for Learn to Love to Exercise. And I'm just fixing my hair now that I can see myself on the camera. There we go. There was something sticking out there. Hi, Jamaica from Minnesota. You sent me that awesome recipe. I got to check that out. Thank you so much. Eleanor, being a single mom is really tough, so I'm here to help my fellow women. Women also finding it tough. Inbox me if you're interested. Okay? Thanks for that, Eleanor. So what I want to talk about, and I have a lot to cover, but I will attempt to get through it all. If not, I may have to have some follow-up lives. But I want to talk about 4 different types of energy sources that we all have. And the first one being physical. So with the physical, let me know if you are physical, meaning are you practicing physical fitness? Hey, Laura, thanks for coming on. Are you practicing physical fitness, such as, walking, swimming, running, weightlifting, yoga? Are you doing any of that stuff? Please let me know down below. I went to the gym today because in Florida, the gym is open. So I went there with my mom, and it felt amazing to be back in the gym again. So the importance of physical fitness is that it gives us a lot of fuel, gives us a lot of energy, and it helps our vitality, and it gives us a lot of alertness. And some importance with the physical fitness, while I'm waiting for you all to respond, is breathing is super important. It's not just about movement, right? It's about breathing, and it's about the foods that you eat, and not just what kind of foods you eat, but also the quantity and when you actually eat the foods. Another thing that's super important, and I know a lot of times we struggle with this, is our sleep. Sleep is super important, and same, the quantity and the quality of our sleep is super important. Laura says body grooves 5 times a week. What's body groove? Is that like a Zumba, or what kind of body are you grooving, Laura? Let me know. And then the importance of, getting enough sleep is having enough time to recover from anything that we do, whether it's work, whether it's working out, whatever we're doing. We want to make sure that we are getting some recovery time in there, because that is going to keep fueling us. And then we want to have that recovery not just like once a day, but throughout the day. So super important to incorporate it, especially as entrepreneurs and we're working a lot. We tend to go, focus a lot on our business. It's important to, every couple of hours, take 5 or 10 minutes and focus on something not related to your business, not technology. Maybe go fold some laundry, maybe do some sewing, maybe just go outside to the mailbox, or do something where you can relax your mind. Super important. And you can look at this like intermittent recovery, sort of like the way people look at intermittent fasting. And in my opinion, it's a lot more important to do the intermittent recovery than it is to do intermittent fasting. And also, I love to eat, so the intermittent fasting is not for me. So the fitness level with that is also the stress level. Super important that we reduce the stress in our life, because we all know that stress can kill us. And we want to be able to make sure with the recovery that we have in there that we don't get too stressed out. Jennifer Rose says, please tell me where my energy is. And Laura, Body Groove is dancing. Dancing is super great for your memory, for your brain. It's a super awesome activity. So congrats. And Jennifer, where do you feel your energy's at, right? How do you go about your day? Do you have more energy in the evening, or do you have more energy during the day, in the beginning of the day? And a lot of times we get the energy from our food. So if you skip breakfast, and I would love to know when you're on here listening, who is actually skipping breakfast? Because the breakfast is fuel, and we need that to boost our metabolism and to get going after fasting all those hours when we are sleeping, whether that's 7, 8, 9 hours. And also with eating breakfast, we also, with boosting the metabolism, we can improve our blood glucose level. So super important if you struggle with diabetes or having high blood sugar, pay attention to if you are eating breakfast or not, because our body needs the breakfast. And when we work out, if we work out earlier in the day, in my opinion, that's better, because that's when we need the energy, and that's where we can have the energy work for us through the whole day, instead of in the evening when we don't typically need so much energy, unless you're a night shift worker or something like that. Also with the physical is water, the importance of drinking lots of water. All right, so how much water do you drink per day? Let me know down below how much water you drink per day. I would love to know. And I would love to know who skips breakfast. Tell me, tell me, tell me. No secrets allowed here. All right, so the number one in the energy was the physical energy. Number two is our emotions. And with emotions, of course, we want to have lots of positive emotions. We want to be able to smile and enjoy ourselves. We want to also challenge ourselves, have that adventure. And with all of that, of course, comes more opportunities. We're not always doing the same old stuff over and over again. And to fuel our positive emotions, what do you think you do? How do you fuel the positive emotions? Laura says, not enough water. No, Jennifer, Red Bull does not count. I got my boyfriend off of drinking Red Bull. He was known as like the Red Bull guy, drinking lots of sugar-free Red Bull. And he got off of that, and he lost 30 pounds. There was other stuff too, of course, but he lost 30 pounds all in all. And the water is good for us to keep drinking throughout the day. Not all in one sitting, but throughout the day. The earlier you start drinking it, then obviously the more water you can drink throughout the day. With emotions, what fuels our positive emotions is our self-confidence. Another place where the women that I work, they come to me and they have low self-esteem, they have low confidence, because they are not happy with the way they look. They're not happy with the way they feel. They're not happy with their weights. They may feel sluggish. All of this is related. And with the emotional energies, also our social skills, which we may also lack some of if we don't feel good about ourselves. I spoke to a lady the other day who was so unhappy with her body that she spent a lot of time inside. She didn't want to go outside because she was embarrassed and ashamed over the way she looked, which I thought was so sad. And it's important then to work on ourselves, to better ourselves, so that we can do the things that we enjoy and like. Laura says, I pray and surround myself with positive people. Yay, that is awesome, Laura. That's the way to do it. And where do you feel that you struggle the most? Do you feel that you struggle with self-confidence? Do you feel like you struggle with social skills? Or maybe patience? Could it be overall enjoyment that you have from day to day? Or could it be your openness, your trust? What is it? What do you feel like you struggle with the most? Because we all have something, right, that holds us back. And note, as with the physical fitness, it's important to have recovery also with our emotional energy. We need that recovery time. So I can't stress how we should have the recovery, how we should build that in. All right? It's crucial to do. And we want to be able to, like Laura said, praying, surrounding yourself with positive people. We all have those people in our lives that bring out the negative energy. Those people, we want to try to limit our time around them. And instead, staying positive, because we know that if we stay positive, we're going to also be able to live longer. And when we have all that negativity, it's best that we get out of the negativity zone sooner than later, as fast as you can. This is a reason that when I work with ladies in the New Me Academy is I encourage them. I give them a lot of positive feedback because we're our worst enemy and we're very hard on ourselves. We often don't celebrate ourselves and we don't pay a lot of attention to us and how great we're feeling. We're not always proud of our achievements. And this we need to do. And when we do that, when we celebrate ourselves, then we feel better. We celebrate, we dance, we jump around a little bit. Our energy starts flowing and we're smiling and we're just feeling better. And with that, keep in mind, negative emotions, depression, anger, all of that, the more we have of that, it's actually been proven to be related to like Alzheimer's. And nobody wants to end up with that as we get older. So even a better and bigger reason to stay positive. So Laura says, self-confidence, social. I'm a product of emotional abuse from childhood and from family and peers. That is a tough one when you've grown up around it and you have a lot of that abuse. And I know a lot of times when people seek help, the people who try to help them, they dig and dig and dig. And they keep opening up that box and pulling out all this old stuff. And in my opinion, if you keep doing that, you're just reliving in the past and you're reliving with all that negativity and abuse and stuff that you went through instead of focusing on right now and focusing on the future and what you have accomplished, what you have achieved, and what more there is to life, and working on all of that positivity instead of digging and digging and digging in the past that we don't like. So Jamaica says, I've been doing really bad lately. I usually drink at least a gallon of water every day. That's amazing. I do the same. And I usually exercise on a daily, yoga, Zumba, aerobics. Lots of great stuff, Jamaica. Lots of cardio. That's awesome. Congratulations. And another thing to note with the emotional is when you're anxious, we tend to lose focus. And as entrepreneurs, we don't want to lose any focus. We want to stay focused. We want to keep working. But we don't want to keep grinding. We want to have that recovery, but we want to stay focused. The more focused we are, the more productive we are, and the more tasks we can get done in a shorter amount of time so we don't have to work as many hours. Now, other question for you, what percentage of the time do you feel that you are deeply relaxed? What percentage of the time do you feel like you're deeply relaxed? And with that, I think we should do a short little exercise, which is great. And I recommend you do this whenever you feel stressed, overwhelmed, frustrated, just rushing around. Take a little time to yourself and let's all do this together. Close your eyes and then I want you to breathe in for 3 deep breaths. Breathing in. Hold it slightly at the top and then breathing out slowly, 6 breaths. Right, so in 3 and out 6. Let's do that again. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Hold slightly at the top, letting it go slowly, 6 breaths out. Just doing this a few times a day is going to give you more energy and give you more focus. And I encourage you to do this every couple of hours, closing your eyes and just taking a little bit of time. It doesn't take much time. You can do it in a minute. You can do it in 5 minutes, taking a little bit of time to yourself, because you're the most important person there is. And with working on yourself, with bringing the energy and the focus up, you will be more productive in your business. And that is what we all want as entrepreneurs. Am I right? We all want to be more productive in our business. Who could stand to be more productive in their business? Let me know below in the comments. All right, the third energy I want to talk about is the mental energy. The mental energy is the ability to concentrate on what we are working on right now. So if you're working on writing something, if you're working on reading something, or proofreading, or sending an email, or doing advertisements, whatever it is, the ability to concentrate on that one thing is the mental focus. And we always want to work towards what we desire, a desired outcome, a desired solution. And the fuel for your mental energy is your mental preparation. Always preparing, planning, practicing, visualizing. Visualizing is a big one. And then the positive self-talk that I talked about with the emotions is talking positively to yourself throughout the day. We can do this with affirmations. Tell yourself how awesome you are. When was the last time you looked in the mirror and you said to yourself, you said your name and you said, "Name, I am awesome." When was the last time you did that to yourself? Let me know in the comments. If you haven't done this lately, I encourage you to do this. Tell yourself every day how amazing you are, because it makes you feel better. And with the mental, it also, we want to improve our time, our effectiveness, and our creativity comes on the mental piece. And when we do these little breathing exercises, when we do a little bit of meditation, that helps our mental focus. When we're anxious, when we have frustration, when we're stressed, when we have anger, all of that interferes with our focus, and that is not helpful. Am I right? It's not helpful to be frustrated, right? So a single negative thought can kind of slap you in the face, and then it can linger, and then we keep thinking about it. And the more we think about it, the more it's going to come true. So we don't want to think about that. We want to think about and focus on the positive stuff, avoiding the negative, avoiding the stuff that is destructive. Because in order to be successful, we need positive thinking. Do you think positively at least once a day? Or would you say that you think positively maybe 5, maybe 10 times a day? What is your number as far as how many times during the day you think positively? Whether it's positively about yourself, whether it's positively about your business or your family or your finances, how many times a day do you think positively? Let me know in the comments. And please hit some likes and some love while we're at it. All right. Recovery. Another place where we need recovery is with the mental energy. And if you're listening to all of these energies that I'm talking about, the physical, the emotional, the mental, we need recovery in all of these places. We need recovery. And with physical fitness and also with the sleep, this is going to help us a lot. Even moderate activity. It doesn't have to be really strenuous. You don't have to go all out and run a marathon or anything like that. Just a little bit of moderate physical activity can go a long way. And with the mental, another thing that I personally found has been very helpful is starting the morning practicing being grateful, doing a little bit of journaling, setting that tone for the day is helpful. Very helpful to me. And going back to the physical piece, exercise can actually help relax us. It can bring us energy and it can help relax us. And it can bring us more hope. It can bring us less distractions. Of course, we have more flexibility, not just in the body, though, also in the mind, we have more flexibility. And when we exercise, we also tend to concentrate better. We have better focus throughout the day. So exercise can do a lot to us. Let me know how many times you have exercised this week. I know it's only Tuesday. Have you exercised 2 days, 1 day, or 0 days? Let me know. Last energy piece, number 4, is our spiritual energy. And whether you are a believer in God and you pray, or you're more spiritual and you practice more meditation, which one is it for you? I know we're all different, but either one is good. You have to find what works for you, because when we find what works for us, we're going to do more of it. We're going to enjoy it. And the quantity of your energy is really a reflection of your physical capacity. And our spiritual energy is the most powerful source, is the spiritual energy. And with the spiritual energy, it brings us motivation, it brings us perseverance, and it also brings us direction. And that is why a lot of people find it helpful to pray or to meditate. They find that very helpful because it gives them a source of direction. Does that resonate with you? I would love to know if that resonates with you at all. And the spiritual is really what is a connection to what our values are. And that goes beyond like just ourselves, but also a whole purpose beyond ourselves where we're helping others. Like for me, I help a lot of ladies, and I help them with their health and with their nutrition and with their mindset. So going beyond that self-interest and really taking an interest in other people so that you can help other people. And we all have our specialty where we can help others. And I know all of you listening have your specialty where you help other people. Maybe it's more ladies, maybe it's a mixture. But the self-care, we all know it's super crucial. And ladies come to me because they want to focus more on their self-care. Because we can easily get wrapped up in the day-to-day stuff, just living day by day, just doing what we think is necessary, doing what we have to do to keep our business going. And it's easy with that to sometimes end up in just focusing on day-to-day, task by task. Before you know it, one day turns into the next, especially now with COVID. We don't even know what day it is sometimes. Am I right? Do you know what day it is today? It may be a different day where you are than where I am at, but it's easy and easier to lose track of time and days nowadays with COVID. So the self-care, the rest, the rejuvenation is what we all need. That helps to reconnect us to inspiring, to meaningful values, instead of just living in the survival mode. Where a lot of people get stuck is in the survival mode. It's in the victim mentality and living in the past and keeping surrounding with the people who may not always help us. And do you find personally for yourself that you surround yourself more with positive people, or do you surround yourself more with negative people? If you can let me know, Jamika says more spiritual. If you can let me know if you surround yourself more with positive people or with negative people. So having that vision, what you want in life, having that vision of where you're headed is what we need to keep going, right? Because we need the energy, we need the fuel. And whether it's physical, whether it's emotional, mental, or spiritual, we need something that is going to keep us going. And sometimes we can get into this place with a tragedy happening. That may be what brings us to the business that we're doing now. This is actually what happened to me. I lost my 45-year-old brother to a sudden heart attack 14 years ago, and he is my why. He is the reason that I help others improve their health, whether it's weight loss, whether it's gaining muscle, helping them really a lot with nutrition, educating them. And this is where I am different than other coaches. I don't give you a meal plan and say, follow this meal plan. I don't give you just an app and do this or hand you off to another coach. You work directly with me and you learn a lot because I want to set you up for success so that when we are done working together, you know what to do. And you have a lifestyle and you have something that you can follow, something that is sustainable. Not a meal plan that you're going to get tired of, but sustainability is what we need to order to be successful. And I work with women. I am 52 and a half years old. I have tons of energy. This is what draws people to me. And that's what a lot of women lack is amount of energy. So with working with me, one of their wants is that they want to have more energy. So we work on that together. With the physical fitness, with the spiritual, with the mental, with the emotion, with all of this, and of course with the education around food. And they can relate to me because I work with a lot of middle-aged women and they're around my age. So they can relate to me. They're not working with some young personal trainer guy that can't even relate, that hasn't even been in menopause or any of that stuff. And what makes us all successful? What makes us all successful? Can you guess what makes us all successful? Because this is what makes my clients the most successful in the New Me Academy, because we need help, right? We need support and we need a lot of accountability. And when we have the accountability, when we have somebody that's checking in with us, somebody who is bugging us, somebody who knows what we're doing and knows what we're not doing, that accountability is what we really need. And we can get a lot of accountability, believe it or not, all online. We don't have to get it through being next to a person. We can get it online. And that's how the world is nowadays. Everything is online, especially with COVID. All these businesses are going online and getting more creative. But that's what people need, is the support. And I encourage you, if you're not already in my free Facebook group, click the link that is in the description here, and you can get into my free Facebook group. I provide daily tips, value, inspiration. I have a lot of guides that I send out in my email, and I'm here to support you every way that I can. My clients' goals are my goals. Their success is my success, and I want my clients to achieve their goals. That's all I want. I want them to achieve their goals. And when they do, they're super happy. They have a lot more energy. They feel better. They fit into their clothes. And they have a lot more confidence. And all of this helps us in our business. I work with a lot of entrepreneurial ladies, and this is what they need. The confidence, the productivity, the energy. Where do you feel that where do you feel that you're lacking as far as these four energies? Is it mental? Is it spiritual? Is it emotional? Is it physical? Where do you feel you struggle the most? Now, I only have a minute left. I don't want to go over because I know the next person is waiting to do their lives. And I always want to thank you all for listening, for watching me. I appreciate the thumbs up. I appreciate the hearts. And I appreciate your comments. Feel free, join my free Facebook group. And let's stay in touch. I'm super happy to have you here on my live. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And I will see you in LTLTE, Learn to Love to Exercise Health and Fitness group. Have a wonderful Tuesday.